voice tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Cole Fineberg.
To our administration, our teachers, our families, and friends, and to the class of 2022, we did it. Thank you all for joining us today and celebrating our accomplishment. I'm gonna be honest, I don't have much experience public speaking, so I'm a little bit nervous. Someone told me to imagine you all naked, but I'm not too sure how that will help. Nevertheless, here it goes. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Cole Fineberg. I'm honored and proud to stand before all of you and to be part of this monumental day. Annabelle and I are one of the few Sagemont forevers, which means that we've attended Sagemont since we were in preschool. But I was basically a Sagemont student well before I was even born. My grandfather, Lebo Fineberg, was one of the founders along with the Goldman family. They started the school in 1996. He's actually with us here today. If you want to stand up, Tyler. A round of applause. Sagemont has always been my home away from home, and I know many of you feel the same way. We're blessed to have spent our high school years here and with each other. It's where we've spent so much of our lives, where we've discovered the difference between formative and summative, and where we've learned and grown into who we are today. Sagemont will always hold a special place in our hearts. As a class, we went through some really hard years together during the pandemic. For some of that time, we weren't together being quarantined. We mastered online learning, although my camera never seemed to work during A block, or B block, or C block. Coming back to school after the lockdown was weird, but our small school made it feel safe and manageable. We quickly acclimated to all the changes and learned to look out for one another. And we barely made fun of each other's quarantine haircuts, even though I must admit that I even tried to look like a TikToker Lil Huddy for a few months. As a class, we also went through some not so hard times together. I think it's safe to say we will officially retire as the greatest class to ever participate in Battle of the Grades. We had one of the best athletic departments, including Coach Marcy and the one and only Coach Kenny Vega. And I'd say my most glorious moment in high school was smacking everybody in senior assassin with Fabian, but I'm not too sure some of you would agree with that one. Sarah, Victoria. All jokes aside, I stand in awe looking around this room. We have such a diverse graduating class with so many unique qualities. We have international students from all over the world. We're tall, short, thespians, singers, dancers, musicians, athletes, and mathletes, including the one girl that took Calculus BC this year. Most of us got beauty, and some of you, especially the baseball players, you ugly, but I still love you. Despite all of our differences, we've all come together here dressed the same, receiving the same diplomas. We have this one last time together before we go off into the world and experience our next adventures. While this may feel scary and sometimes overwhelming, I know that Sagemont has prepared us for the next chapter of our lives. I'd like to now talk about a few core values that we can take with us into the future. I've learned these from my teachers, my parents, my friends, my religion, and let's be real, a whole lot of TikTok and rappers. Be passionate, be daring, and be impactful. Number one, be passionate. We've been exposed to so many different subjects and experiences, but we have the most fun when we're doing something we love. Find your passion and embrace it. Commit to it, perfect it, and your passion will be contagious. Mr. Carlson exemplifies this ideal every day. I've never met a teacher so passionate about math. He definitely made me appreciate learning math because I saw how excited he was to teach it. Number two, be daring. Sometimes we have to venture out of our comfort zones to discover something new about ourselves. Sometimes this is when opportunities present themselves and life gets interesting. Learn how to scuba dive, or trade stocks, or play a new sport, or make a speech in front of 400 naked people. Don't be afraid to try new things, and don't be afraid to fail. Be brave enough to suck at something new and see what can happen. Number 3, be impactful. This is something that I learned in baseball. You can sit on the sidelines and watch a game, or you can decide to pick up a bat and play. Our team had a saying, don't buy a dog, be a dog. We used that to motivate each other to go out and make a difference in the game. This advice goes beyond the baseball field. Don't let things happen to you, but take the initiative, be active, and make a difference. And as for sage advice I can give to the Sagemont students in the lower grades, never wait for the grad bash bus. If it's not there by 2 o'clock, just go home. Class of 2022, look how far we've come in high school. Started from the bottom, now we're here, never felt so real. And now we're ready to take the next step. We will succeed and we will be significant. Some will say go big or go home. Others will say drip or drown. Or like my father always told me before my baseball games, just have fun. All right, all you naked people can get dressed now. Congratulations, class of 2022.